Next we got Cubone. Now, Cubone, again, I'm gonna just say this now. A lot of people are saying that Cubone is actually the Kangaskhan baby. I don't know if that's true or not, because there's been a lot of instances about that, because it says that it wears the skull of its dead mother. Actually, I think that's really the only time where, like, this is the most gruesome Pokemon. I mean, it wears the skull of its mother. I mean, that's really sad. But judging by it, however, unfortunately, Marowak's skull looks identical to Cubone's, so I doubt that's actually true. But Marowak is actually pretty cool. I mean, he does have a ton of weaknesses, but I kind of like Marowak, regardless of how slow it is and bad special attack. But it's actually a pretty cool Pokemon. I like Marowak quite a lot, and I like Cubone too. Next we got Hitmonlee. And yeah, Hitmonlee is more attack, less defense, so it's up to you if you want one. My biggest complaint about it is trying to get one. Oh, never mind, it has very good attack and very good special defense and pretty good speed. The other stats are kind of lame. Next we got Hitmonchan, and Hitmonchan is actually a puncher Pokemon, which knows all three elemental move punches: fire, ice, and electric punch, or thunder punch. My bad. And that's pretty cool. The only downside about it is the fact that it has lower attack, but it still has pretty good special defense. But the only problem is that I think Hitmonlee is actually better. Next we got Lickitung. I'm gonna get to its evolution way later. But basically, Lickitung, normal type, kind of cool looking, I suppose. Lickitung is, yeah, actually I kind of like Lickitung. It's kind of cool looking. It's one of the more forgetful ones. I kind of forgot about Lickitung. Next we got Coughing. Coughing has Levitate always, so yeah. Coughing is kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, it's a big... I'm gonna be weird, a nuclear bomb. I mean, it could be a nuclear bomb. I mean, it has all those gases, it can be poisonous. I mean, come on. And I believe it can all explode too, so that's even more of a nuclear. Next we got Wheezing, which just looks like a bigger Coughing hooked with a smaller Wheezing, and then something that's hooked in for both of them. I really don't know what, but I don't know, maybe Wheezing is Cell. Like, I don't know. I just think that. Rhyhorn, he's a pretty cool, I mean, I think it's supposed to be a rhinoceros. He's a pretty cool one. I kind of like Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn is pretty cool. And then Rhydon, whom is kind of cool too. But its new sprite just looks a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? It just looks too graphically well. I mean, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't fit in. Next we got Chancey, one of the hardest Pokemon to capture in the entire series, in my opinion. I don't know. I've always had trouble trying to capture a Chancey. They're always female, and Chancey is a normal type. It's definitely one of the heaviest special defensors, but it has the worst base attack and defense. It's only good for walls. It has a 250 base HP. That's quite a bit, by the way. That's a lot. Next we got Tangela. Now Tangela is actually a pretty cool grass type. I kind of prefer its new evolution. Sorry for people who don't like Tangela's new evolution, but I kind of like it. Tangela, I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, it just looks like a tangled mess. I mean, what's inside the Tangela? I mean, it has shoes. What is a Tangela without all those weird, whatever they're called? Next we got Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, oh, my bad. It's always female. She is always pretty cool. Scrappy is a cool move too. I mean, if you get a Scrappy in Kangaskhan, I believe you're pretty much cool because it can hit a ghost type with a normal type attack, so that's pretty cool. But pity it can't hit it with a fighting type. What's that flying type? What's a flying type? Yeah, I was gonna say that in a new point, but probably asking what's a flying type. I never heard of that. Next we got Horsey. Horsey's just like a, well, seahorse. Horsey's kind of cute. He's kind of cool too. Then we got Sidra, who is also pretty cool looking. One weird point is that it has poison point. Now, I really don't know why it has poison point, because I don't see why it can have poison point, other than the fact that I think maybe one seahorse has some kind of poison in it? I don't know. I've always found that weird. Goldeen. I've been seeing these too often. I'm not a big fan of Goulding. So, yeah, I'm not a real big fan of Goulding. And Seeking is kind of, I kind of prefer Seeking over Goldeen, but Goldeen, I don't know, I just don't really like its design. Next we got Staryu. Staryu is kind of cool. I mean, it's really odd. I mean, it has no gender whatsoever. And it's just basically a starfish. I mean, it's very odd. And interestingly, it's actually very similar to a starfish. I mean, it can regenerate its lost parts as long as the glowing core, central core, remains intact. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I love how they made that detailed. I mean, yeah. And then we got Starmie, which is kind of cool looking too, but to me, it's just basically two Staryus hooked in together, and they're purple, and a really fancier gem. I probably did that wrong grammar. I did wrong grammar right there too. Next we got Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, I don't know. Why couldn't they just keep it all male? Why have females? I mean, seriously, come on. Why have females? Next we got Cyther. Cyther is a grass bug type. No, it's a bug flying type. I thought it was a bug grass type. Okay. But basically Cyther is pretty cool looking. I kind of like Cyther. Cyther is pretty cool. Next we got Jinx, which always when I first saw her, or yeah, her, she was like a female version of Mr. Mime. They're both psychic. The only difference is this one is ice type. I guess Jinx is pretty okay, but I'm not a real total fan of her. Next we got Electabuzz. Electabuzz is really interesting, especially its shiny spray, which looks like it just got a tan. Electabuzz, I guess it's okay. You could say I'm not a total fan of Electabuzz, but whatever. Magmar. Magmar actually looks pretty cool in pink. I'm actually telling you the truth. It actually looks pretty cool in pink, but I'm not saying its Japanese name. Good grief. That's a horrible Japanese name. Magmar is a fire type. I kind of like Magmar. He's like a mutated version of Charmander because he has that flame tail on the there. Then we got the lone bug type that I don't believe ever evolves is Pincer. Pincer is a stag beetle, and to my knowledge, Pincer is a very odd Pokemon. It's the one bug type that never evolves, and from what I've actually researched, apparently it was planned to be an evolution of Heracross. However, well, you know, Heracross is supposed to be an evolution of Pincer, but I guess they decided not to. I don't know why. Its base stats are pretty good overall. I mean, it's only downside special attack. That's pretty much it.